Hi everyone and welcome to In the Sewers. This is a series where I interview bands varying in genres of rock and ask them how they got started, where they're going, what they've been doing, and just having a bit of a natter about all things to do with music. We're coming up with some amazing things and I can't wait to share them with you all. On this week's episode, I am talking to Street Outlaws. They were out having a lovely pint when I decided to drop by and have an ask about what they're doing, who they are, and what they've got planned. They are a band that are heavily inspired by Motorhead, but started out on the punk scene. So it's nice to see that little bit of a change, and we talk about things that happen in the music industry that maybe shouldn't happen, but also what they've got planned for their next album. So let's have a natter with Street Outlaws. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining Glamrat in the Sewers. How are we all doing today? We all right?
Yeah, good, thank you, Charlie. Yeah, good.
Feeling nice and fine? You got the beverage right there? You feeling good?
Yeah, we're in the castle in Swindon Old Town. Yeah.
Lovely. That sounds very, very nice. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Who does what and where, and who are you collectively?
Okay, Phil Powell, lead vocal, lead guitars, rhythm guitars.
Guitar, bass player.
Skiddy, I play drums.
And you play drums, my love. Now, when I had a listen to you guys, I get the impression that you guys are quite influenced by heavy metal, Motorhead, that kind of vibe. Is that the bit that you're aiming for?
Yeah, definitely. It's a mix of that and street punk music, I would say. Yeah.
Yes. I get them flecks in there of the punk kind of attitude that you got going there, and I quite
There's
like
a raw edge in there for sure.
Yeah. So how did you guys get started? How does Street Outlaws become Outlaws to start with? What did you do?
Well,
We upset everyone.
Yeah, it upset everyone, really. We still are. Yeah, we started doing like a punk cover band and started to write a few songs, which is where the more simplified songs like Liars and stuff like that, those sort of songs, I don't watch the news. They're old songs. And the guys I had, it was getting a bit beyond their capabilities, so I drafted this fella in on bass, and I drafted this guy in on drums. He's an established musician within the town. He's got his own band. They both play in another band, and we sort of took it from there, really. And being Motorhead fans, it gave us the opportunity to sort of like move forward with the I say ability-wise, because punk music is very basic in my book. Hard rock going into metal is not totally different, but it's a little bit more complex, and you have to be a bit more on your feet and up to date with it. And that's why I needed these guys. I mean, he joined and he started playing rhythm on bass, and I thought, well, this is great. I know exactly what to do. And we sort of like done an 80s style Motorhead inspired hard rock punk sort of band. Yeah, punk and roll, I think they call us these days. Yeah. There you go.
Punk and roll. We'll go with that. We'll go with punk and roll. That'll do. Yeah, because I quite liked a lot of the Motorhead kind of influences, and it sounded really fresh though. So it wasn't as if like you guys were just copying that kind of style. It still had its own flickers of flavour and things and that's what I quite like. Is that what you're planning to do? Are you planning to explore that genre a bit more then?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's different crosses in it. You know, there's songs like "Bringing It Home," "Here to Stay." They got that street punk vibe to them, but they're heavier than a lot of those bands in that scene. Songs like "Through the Eyes of God," you know, it's like Discharge. It's really heavy, and I'd like to do more in that vein. But I just like the plain old rock and roll stuff as well. You know, the Motorhead inspired stuff, and mix it about a bit. I mean, we worked. As a live band, we worked hard on our sound. You know, we over lockdown basically rewrote ourselves, bought some vintage gear, changed pickups in the guitars and pedals and all sorts of things, and really enhanced the sound. You know, and I think to see us live now is for three blokes. It's a lot of sound. It's a big sound. Yeah.
Three guys will just make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
put you in the corner and make a lot of noise, and you're all right then. That's fine. That's done.
That's how it works. Yeah.
So what have you been doing over the summer? Obviously, festival season has now gone to bed. So what have you been doing this summer, and what do you intend to do next summer?
Well, it's something that's a bit out of our hands. I mean, we're not that established band really. No one really knows who we are, but we've had some help along the way. I think you know Brett Scarrett.
Yes,
Good
love
friend
Brett.
of ours. He's done a lot for us, and he's helped put the band out there on his show and stuff, and got us the old gig, and we've done a few gigs with Motorheadache, the UK tribute band. They're pretty
Yes,
big
yes.
in the UK. I've done some standing guitar work for them and continue to do so. So we've done a lot of gigs with them. We've got a couple of O2 Academy gigs with them this year, Birmingham and Islington. So you know, that'd be good. We've done a few shows with them this year, and it's good for us because it's that sort of audience that sort of likes what we do, and it works for them because you know it's a good opener for them. But
Our friends in Manchester as well.
oh yeah, we got the Motorhead Banger crew from Manchester. They put us on, and I believe we're playing the Motorhead Day next May at the Waterloo in Blackpool. Yeah.
Oh, marvellous.
That'd be Motorheadache and possibly a very big band playing.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, we did play with Phil Campbell this year.
I was going to
August,
say. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that
going to
was
say that
great.
must have been quite a great moment, especially being such Motorhead fans as you are. Like that must have been like, oh my god, like wow.
Yeah.
What is he like
It
to
was,
be around?
Yeah, quiet. He's an old man now, and he's looks quite tired, but he still gets up there and rips that guitar in half, you know.
Oh,
and
aye.
but you don't see him much in between. His boys he's set the boys up to manage a really good band. I was impressed. We all were, you know. They're go places.
Dane and Todd are top blokes.
Yeah,
They're top boys.
it's they're professional, you know, but they put on a good show. They played a couple of 2 or 3 Motorhead numbers, and they played some of their new stuff, and we went down well as an opener, and hopefully we get to do it with them again, you know. But obviously, bands like that, it's about them, it's not about us. So you
Oh,
have to
of
look
course.
out.
No,
You
but it's
know?
the whole experience of it, you know, and if that's the audience that you're aiming at, that's the whole point. Like, you know, because as awful as what it sounds, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons and big bands of our yesteryears, our idols, they're not going to be around forever. So you need that next generation to kind of step up, and that's what you guys are by the sounds of it, that's what you guys are aiming for.
I think so. I like to think that, you know, the album we put out is if you're a Motorhead fan, I'm not saying you'd all like it, but I'd say some of you would like it. You know,
Yes.
maybe a few people would go, I'd like to see him live, you know. And a few of the guys from the Motorhead 8 gigs, they have seen us 4 or 5 times now. So, you know, and we sell more merch at those gigs than we do at the punk gigs. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
You
there
know?
you are. Maybe that just is the avenue that you guys need to go down. Don't lose your roots, but you know, maybe that is just how the music is taking you, the inspiration. Maybe that's just where you seem to be descending to. Maybe descending, is that the right word? Or
I
ascending?
think so.
We going up or we going down? Which way?
Well, hopefully not down. That hurts at the bottom. Yeah.
And of course, doing that gig at the Waterloo as well, like Lemmy's Bar, and it's just a fantastic venue. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we did play there this year with Punk Group Promotions booked us on a 2-day festival there. Peter and Test Tube Babies headlined there the day we played, and we went down a storm there. We sold a load of merch there, yeah. But that was a great day, great sound, nice stage,
Yeah.
good sound guy,
Yeah.
and the owner the same. But like you say, the bar itself is just
It's unreal,
amazing.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
unreal. If nobody's been, just make sure you go and check it out. Like the memorabilia that's in there, but the venue itself, it's just a vibe. It's just brilliant. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if you're a Motorhead fan and you haven't been, you got to go. And once you've been, you just want it to be your house. You know,
Yeah, you do, don't
your
you?
living room.
You don't want to go
You know?
home. It's quite
No.
nice. Especially on like the backstage bit, if you want to call it that, where they've got the nice couches, they've got a little pool table, they've got a telly on.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's marvelous. Why do you want to go home?
Exactly. Got all the Motorhead beer on draft. Yeah,
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So other than Motorhead, do you guys have any other inspirations that kind of trickle into your songwriting process or how you like to play, your performance wise? Who else do you have an aspiration for?
Well, I don't know about these two lads. For me personally, it is a lot of Motorhead, but also, you know, Discharge. Discharge are a band I rate highly, and why I admire them is like Motorhead. I mean, Tez and that massive Motorhead fan.
Hmm.
You know, Discharge, they're heavier than hell, but they can play a punk show, they can play a metal festival, they can play a hardcore festival. They probably invented hardcore punk. You know, they're one of those bands that can play and headline anywhere. And if anyone's never seen Discharge live, then they're missing out because they're probably one of the best bands to watch just for the atmosphere. No one moves on stage except for JJ on the vocal. He just
Yeah.
prowls up and down, you know, and the others are just stood there like this, but they just look and sound excellent. They got that massive sound, you
Yeah.
know, and it's, to me, that's a big band that's influenced me as much as Motorhead. And also in the street punk thing, the band mates of ours called the Warriors, Last Resort, they're a bit heavier than a lot of the bands in that scene, and they sort of one of the ones that helped me sort of mix up what we're doing really, because I thought, well, you can put a bit of that in it and add it to what we want to do, and they sort of do it a bit similar really. So I like playing with bands like the Warriors and that, you know, they're good guys, and you know, sax singer is an old skinhead, but the rest of the band, they're like metalheads and old punks, you know, and it works because it mixes up the music.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what's missing in a lot of the music scenes is a bit of crossover, a bit of diversity. It's all been done before, but everyone seems to be falling into niches, especially in the UK, where
Yeah.
it's all tunnel visioned into, you go to a skinhead show, you go to a metal show. In the
Yeah.
States and places, they all mix together. And
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to bring to, you know, that new thing in the scene where anyone can come to our show. We don't care what you wear and what you look like, you know?
Yeah.
It's
All
important.
inclusive.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
An all-inclusive band. You get what you get.
There's a cheeky bit of slide guitar moving into the sound as well now. Which,
Oh, yeah. There's,
quite-
if you listen to Unity, that's slide guitar, but we've just written a new number called The Ripper. Yeah, it's about promoters or bad promoters. And
Love
it's,
it.
yeah, the song that's close to my heart, obviously.
Yes.
And yeah, it's really heavy. It's like ZZ Top meets Motorhead, if you like. It's
Ooh,
that
what
sort
a
of song.
crossover.
Because there's a lot of blues in Street Outlaws. If you listen to Bring It Back, you know, it's in there, and it will come out more as we write more songs. And this one's definitely from that sort of area. It's really heavy bluesy, but it's Street Outlaws, and we're excited to play it live.
It
Yeah,
sounds
definitely.
like it's a lot of fun. So have you recorded that, or are you about to record it, or are you going to release it anytime soon?
That's the other $1 million question is, you know, we're writing these new songs, we've got these new songs, and at the end of the day, the sad fact is it comes down to finance and
Of
being
course
a
it does.
DIY band. The last album came out of our own pocket and it cost a lot of money. I won't
So
say
promoters pay up when you promise.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
Otherwise, you
that's a
don't get
big
any more
thing.
music.
and if there's anyone out there that wants to promote, you know, or manage Street Outlaws, you know, then talk to us because, you know, we want to play. We work hard as a band. We practice twice a week. You know, we come up with stuff all the time. We've worked hard at it, hard on our sound, and it's a thankless task, to be honest. You know, we're not the only band out there doing it, I know, but there's a lot that put their feet up. Street Outlaws don't.
Yes, exactly. You do find that some people like to just go for the easy ride kind of thing. I know a band that did that, and I'm not friends with them to be honest anymore, but I won't say who they are. But they were quite like easy rider, like, oh yeah, well, we should get this gig because I know the owner, and I should get the gig because I know this person, that person. But then I know people like yourselves who are such hard grafters, and you know, and then hammering on doors, and sometimes people are like, I don't know, mate, and it's sad. It's really, really sad.
It's not easy. It ain't easy. It's thanks to people like yourself and Brett giving us an opportunity to air it, you know, and that's few and far between as well. But there's so many. To be fair, I do blame the older bands as well. There's old bands out there flogging the death out of it that really maybe some of them should actually stop. not because they ain't no good, but they're past their best and they ain't writing nothing new. Which to me, that's dead in the water. And I don't mean that in a nasty way because I respect most of them, you know, if not, you know, all of them. But let's move on. You know, there's new music out there that's just as good, if not better.
Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt the interview mid-flow. I just wanted to say if you like this episode and you want to see more, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down at the bottom of the page. And if you want to be the first to see the brand new episode of In the Sewers, then don't forget to ding that little old bell. So come on everybody, ring my bell and let's get back to it.
And,
yes, because that is quite a sticking point. People go, oh, well, I think even Gene Simmons came up and said that, the man that is retiring since forever, when he said that there's no new music out there, rock and roll is dead. And it's like, it's not. If people just open up their doors a little bit, there's so much out there. And that's why it's great that you have internet radio that does share the heck out of new artists, which is great.
Yeah, there you go, folks. So my advice is stop paying their pension fund.
I know, Jesus, they've been retiring since forever. I don't think I've known Kiss when they've not been retiring, and I'm 30 odd, so I don't know what it's like past that end.
You know, there's some of those old bands that released albums, you know, and fair play to them, they're still working at it. But there's some that are just playing off what they've done in the 80s. And for me, I know those songs are great and those bands are great, but I find it a bit sad because as a musician, then surely you're influenced to write music and to perform and to create new music. That's how it works for us.
At the end of the day, some of those bands, they are like cover bands because there's only one member that is the original, and then the musicians behind they are hired to play with them.
This is true.
So while we sing is another cover band. So,
yes. No, I definitely get that because the band Autograph that did turn up the radio, there isn't one original member in that anymore.
There's no original member left. You're a tribute act, sure.
Yes. Yes, you know, and sometimes you do just have to call it a night, you know, like Fleetwood Mac have said that's it, like, you know, they don't want to be doing anything else. And like you said, some bands, it just starts to look a little bit sad. It looks a little bit desperate, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, I've been seeing Dead Kennedys, you know, no Jello Biafra, but all the other guys, obviously Darren's gone now, but, you know, they were great. And they playing those old songs, they were great, but I'd love to have heard some new stuff. You know, why not?
I saw Flag and Black Flag in the same festival.
You sing to the same bit at the same time. You're like, hang on, where am I at?
But about new music, we have a good thing in our band, but Phil can talk more about that. Ooh. We actually play new songs live that are not recording.
Right.
That's what we're doing at the moment. We can't afford to pile a load of money into another record because whereas some bands would say just do it for a couple of £100, we'll record a record. The last album, we spent a lot of money on it, a lot of hard money that we worked for, you know, and I was working every night over lockdown nights, and I piled a load of money into it because we wanted to get we got a decent producer, decent sound engineer, and we made the album sound good because I'd rather do that than write a load of good songs and have it sounding terrible, because to me that's no good at all. So what we're doing now is we're introducing these new songs into the set sort of in pairs, and you know, we got hopefully at least one, if not two, in the set for December, and
brilliant
the O2 gigs, and that's how we tend to do it. And one day we'll record them, but it's just that missing link at the minute is the guy that helps us out a bit, you know.
Yeah.
So which show are you going to come and see us at?
I know. I was going to say, where are you? Like, tell us some dates. Come and tell us some dates, because hopefully I'm going to be breaking out of my cage at some point. I've got a new job, so I've got money now, so I can't wait. So where can I come and find you? Where can anybody come and find you guys performing?
Well, there's not much left now. There's one in Swindon in December. We're opening up for a band called Risque and the Ridicule. They're pretty big in the scene they're in. That's at home venue for us, the Victoria, which is a good venue.
Yeah.
Then we've got O2 Academy, Islington, with Motorhead, the Lemmy's anniversary, which is 28th of December.
Lovely.
30th of December, the same, O2 Islington, O2 Birmingham. That's the venues upstairs, not the big and downstairs.
Yeah.
And,
To be honest,
and,
I quite like the upstairs venues in the O2
yeah,
Academy. I like them. I think
nice
the
little size,
sound's
yeah,
amazing up there.
good sound, and there'll be good shows. So if you want to get the full Street Outlaws experience, along with a bit of Motorhead afterwards, you're in for a good night.
What a
You know?
nice! That sounds like amazing time. And of course, you guys will be selling merch and things like that, so people can help you get some money together for this. Fingers crossed. New
We
album.
will. So
You're just like, yes, check me out.
we got nothing much booked for next year yet, but we do have. I think it's the first week in May, like 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, something like that. It's a Motorhead day. They run it. The Manchester Motorhead Bangers run it, I believe, and it's at the Waterloo in Blackpool, which we spoke about earlier. Great venue.
Cracking.
Look forward to it. And there's a few bands playing, and obviously we're playing. Motorhead are playing. There's possibly a big band hoping to be announced soon. I don't know yet, and a few more. So all sort of rock and roll and Motorhead inspired bands. So we look forward to that one. It'll be a good few days away, yeah. And a bit of playing in between.
I'm definitely going to try and book in for that because that sounds like a hell of a weekend.
It will be good.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, definitely. And like you said, you want to get all this money together so you can put the effort into making a really good record. Because like you said, some people go, oh, well, you can do it for a couple of £100. Yeah, but when you put that much love and effort and time into producing something, you want it to be just right.
Yeah, to record something and to hear the final mix and it sounds like a load of rubbish, like they're on a cassette tape. To me, there's no point, you know. If you're writing good or half decent songs, you want them to sound half decent. So we'd rather bide our time, and rather than keep bringing out 4-track EPs or singles, just build up the fund and go in and record 10 songs straight, you know,
Yeah.
and mix it properly. And I guess that's the plan. You know, it could be a way off yet, but they'll be in the live set, and we'll be about, you know, doing a gig here, a gig there, and hopefully we'll get a bit of help along the way, because that's what's missing, as I keep saying. But you know,
No, you'll find it though. You're definitely going to find it, especially when you're playing to the crowds that you are, who really love that sound. They harbour and hang on to that sound. And I think you're just going to hit that point just right, and people are just going to absolutely love you guys. So far, you've got 1 hour, and that is already. Is it on Spotify? Can people listen to it on Spotify?
yeah, we got the demo, the original debut EP. Not quite as heavy as the album. It was new. You know, there's 4 tracks on there: Punk Fueled Hate, Street Outlaws, Street Punk, Street Core, and Working Class Rock and Roll. They're Motorhead inspired numbers, to be fair. Yeah, they're really good. We still play a lot of them now. We just put Street Outlaws back in the set. It's like revamped. It's great, but it's the mix is a lot more gentle. It's not as heavy as the new album. The new album is us, you know. If you're going to see it live, it's full on. You know, there's no message.
That's exactly what you want. You just want to get out there and hammer it to the people, you know?
Yeah, it's we worked hard at it. You know, Skinny drums. You know, he bought some triggers. He bought a sample box to do a few effects, not to put music on, but to put a few effects on and blow through the eyes of God. And all this preaching and bells ringing it. And when you're playing live, it sounds ace. You know, it's a full-on show, and you know it's power on stage, which is what we wanted. We worked hard at it, spent a lot of money at it, and I think we're there now. You know, a lot of bands just plug in and just go like that, and you got to get it a bit better than that.
Yeah, I think people need to work on that. There's a lot of bands, like you said, just do that, just get on stage and just boom, that's it. But you know, you want to have that full immersive experience, you know, especially since we've been caged up for nearly 2 years. People want to be able to go out and, you know, really feel something.
You want to be able to chop people's heads off with it, you know. It's got to be loud, aggressive, but clear, and that's kind of where
I think as well, if people are spending their hard-earned cash to come and see you, I think the very least you can do is entertain them properly.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, it is just show business, but you know, bad showbiz But nonetheless, good showbiz lasts forever. It's what rock and
Of
roll
course it
is.
does.
But
Of course
actually,
it
that reflects in our gigs because we have loads of people in the end of the gigs buying our shirts, buying our CDs, and all of merchandise, and we're like, thank you,
Yeah,
because that support us.
And we've met some cracking people on the road playing live. So yeah.
Well,
And they
fingers
turn up
crossed.
again, which is ace.
Yeah, exactly. And if they keep booking you guys, you're going to get heard a lot more and a lot more, and people are just going to be there. So you guys are on YouTube as well and Facebook, is that right?
Yeah, it's on all the major streaming platforms. You can hear the EP, the full album. If you go on, there's not loads on YouTube. Spotify's all free. Yeah, it's Deezer. Yeah, it's everywhere. If it on the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, it's keeping up to date with what we're doing. Like I say, it was quiet at the minute because we actually got time to get these new songs sorted. We've got a few personal issues in our own lives that sort of hampered it a bit, but the show still goes on, and we continue to work hard at it. And
Yes.
those songs won't be in the live set until they're 100% bang on. And
Yeah.
that's how we roll. We wouldn't write a song and play it as soon as we can because we want people to hear it. We want it to sound good. And
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of like testing the waters to see what kind of works for people and how people respond to what you've written, and then you can tweak it, can't you, if needs be?
yeah, definitely. A live performance is worth. A friend once told me is worth like 10 practices, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
With Mike, bless him, and live is the full on experience. You'll know if a song goes down well or like
Yeah,
it's,
live.
yeah, we are a live band. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're that sort of band that we've worked hard on it. So if you come and see us, you won't be disappointed. And if you are, then you shouldn't be there because
What have you come for? Why are you here?
yeah,
Bring the us.
you went to the wrong show. Yeah.
Just stepped in on the wrong night, like, nope.
Yeah.
See you later. Well, that is great. That is awesome. And I can't wait to, fingers crossed, I will hopefully see you guys soon, but I can't wait to hear the new stuff as well. It's going to be pretty cool. Is there anything you would like to say to anybody out there who are watching, whether that is promoters, gigs, fans, whoever, who would you like to say something to?
Get well soon, Suad. We miss
Yeah.
you.
Way!
Yeah. That's very true. I think as regards saying things, we've said it 100 times, promoters, I don't know if they're afraid of us or they don't like what we do, I don't know. But I've dished out quite a few free CDs to them, so they should sort of like pay the favour back. So I recognise you all, and I'm coming to get you. Yeah,
Gonna find you're gonna get you.
But that aside, I'm sure that at some point some promoter's going to say, well, let's give these boys a chance, and they won't be disappointed. And if they are, then, well, maybe we should just play like a sack of spanners and just, do what everyone else is doing. But, we continue to progress in what we do. We mix blues, heavy rock, metal, punk, and we will continue to do so. And we will always be that different band that's taking a left when everyone else is taking a right. But we remain the same, loud, fast, mean, dirty, rock and roll. And that's what we do.
That is what we need. That's what everybody needs in life. They need hard, dirty rock and roll. That is exactly it. I have been noticing while we've been talking, you've got a Motorhead ring. Did you get that from the Great Frog by any chance?
No, it's not. I have got one at home, but that one's not, no.
Oh, I was going to say, wow, you're flashing your jewellery there. They're not cheap, them.
They're too expensive for me.
I was just like, ooh, check out that jewellery on there. Perfect. Well, guys, it has come to the end of the interview, but thank you so much for joining me in the sewers and inviting me out for a nice drink there. It's greatly appreciated. And hopefully we can catch up very, very soon.
I look forward to it. Charlie, thank you.
No, it's all right. Thank you very much, my dear. You take care and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much to the guys of Street Outlaws for taking time out for their good, well-earned pint to have a natter with little old me. Like you said, they are trying to raise money so that they can put a lot of time and well-deserved effort into their new album. So if you can go out and see them at any of the gigs that they talked about in this episode, then please do, and buy a physical copy, a t-shirt, whatever you can from the merch store. But while you're at it, go and follow them on social media and check out their Spotify. All the links will be in the description below. But once again, thank you so much, guys. On next week's episode, I am joined by Britain's #1 hair metal band. Of course, that is Midnight City. I am having a chat with them just before they head over to Japan for a couple of nights of wild excitement. The guys have been around for a while, but it's just nice to have a bit of a catch up and see what else they've got planned after their trip to the other side of the world. But please stay safe, whatever you're doing. Until next time, catch you later, Glamratters. Bye bye.